Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike the Frog and today we're going to be taking a look at the Superhero League of Hoboken. It was developed and published by Legend Entertainment Company in 1994 for DOS. It's a point. It's an interesting point and click. Hold on, let me fix the window. It's getting cut off for some reason. I don't know, it's getting cut off for some reason. Oh well. It's an interesting combination hybrid of a point-and-click adventure game and an RPG. I can't think of any other game similar to it, like in the same kind of vein. Not like this. Yeah, I can't think of any. The idea behind it is that you hold on, give me 1 second. That the idea behind it is it's a post-apocalyptic game. So the world has been ravaged by nuclear war, and this takes place in Hoboken, which is in New Jersey. And all across America there are superhero leagues, I guess, because the radiation has mutated some people and given them superpowers. So your job is to go through various quests, like missions, and increase the reputation of the Superhero League. But here's the thing about the superheroes is they're all like mundane. They have like mundane superpowers. So, for example, this is, what's his name? I'm trying to remember his name. It's oh, the Crimson Tape. That's it. So the Crimson Tape is the main guy. Technically, it's you. And his superpower is to create organizational charts, which I don't remember there being any actual use for it during gameplay. But you also have the Iron Tummy. He can eat spicy foods without distress. Tropical Oil Man, increase foes' cholesterol. Mop, clean up almost any mess. Mademoiselle Pepperoni, see inside pizza boxes. So, and he can put animals to sleep. So the higher your reputation level, the more people you can have in your party, and more heroes will eventually join the Superhero League, and you can put them in your party. Some of the powers do have uses, like seeing inside pizza boxes. So sometimes after a battle, the enemies will drop a pizza box, and you can look inside of it, which is good because some of the pizza boxes are rigged with a bomb, and if you try to open it, it will do a lot of damage, and it might end up destroying objects in your inventory. His power, clean up almost any mess. you have like a use for that in some of the missions. And eat spicy foods. That's used for one mission in particular. Creating organizational charts. I don't remember ever using that during the course of the game. But to mess around with your inventory, you need to go to the storage cabinet, and you can click and drag stuff, and they will automatically equip whatever you give them. Okay. I'll just use that. And then you go up the stairs to, this is the mission room. You talk to Matilda, the computer, and it gives you the missions you need. If you click on the little button next to it, it describes what the mission is and gives you a basic idea of what location it's taking place in. Then you leave through here. Here's the map. So there's the fog of war that goes away wherever you move. So you and you can discover new locations and stuff. This is the battle screen. So the battles in this game are not easy. You'll often find yourself taking way too much damage. You have to be really careful. We'll do this. This auto... It allows the computer to automatically fight the fight for you. He's gone. The lawyer is gone. Get experience. Manila envelope filled with $75. Okay. That's your currency. You can, if you need to heal, you can go to certain places, like towns, like at a marketplace, and you can pick rest. And as long as you have rations in your inventory, you will heal. But you can run out of rations. But you can get more rations by going back to the HQ. Okay, so there's a Limburger cheese bomb. Don't have anything I can use for that. These are shopkeepers that you can buy stuff from. Sells weapons, and then if you leave here, you go here. Okay, he sells armor. Okay. But it's a simple premise, but the actual gameplay can be difficult. because you have to figure out like all the stuff that you have to do, and you can end up getting soft locked. So I would advise constantly saving. There's one part in particular at a church where if you pick up an item before you do something else, they'll kick you out and you can't go back in to get the item that you need for later. There's another part where you get a superhero. His name is like King Midas, but everything he touches doesn't turn to gold. Everything he touches transforms into something else, and you can use that with a lot of items. But you got to be careful because you can end up turning a needed quest item into a different item, and you can't turn it back. So you get soft locked. You can also, by using an item called isotopes, you can teach so you can drink isotopes, and depending on the color, it has a different power. So this is tread water. So if he drinks it, really good at treading water. So you need the tread water superpower to be able to actually walk into water tiles. You can't do it unless unless you have like enough. Yeah, see, you can't enter Flooded City unless 2 party members can tread water at 25% or more. And there's deeper water that you can't go into unless you have a higher tread water. Now, one thing you have to keep in mind is that this isn't a game that you could just go out and constantly grind and get as much money and experience as you want. Each area only has a certain number of encounters. So you see this danger meter. When that hits 0, there will be no more enemies left. So you have limited resources. So always keep that in mind. And if you reveal all the tiles in an area, you also get a bonus. I think it's either a money bonus or an experience bonus. Some tiles also you should try avoiding. Like there's there are tiles that belong to an area that's heavily radiated, and you can end up getting radiation sickness. And there are like wooded areas that characters can end up getting poison ivy, which does damage over time. And there are also mountain tiles which you can't cross with until you use something called power pills, and there are only so many power pills, so you have to be really careful where you have to be really careful where you want to go. Flying cape, okay. Oh yeah, the marshlands. You can end up getting poison ivy there. Patterson Warlord's Mansion. Yeah, you can't go up there. But yeah, that's Superhero League of Hoboken. It doesn't seem like much at first, but it's actually kind of a deep game. There's a lot of places you can visit. There's a lot of, like, dilemmas you have to solve. And there are plenty of opportunities to get your party completely wiped. So you need to be really careful in everything that you do. But it's a good game. It's like just the right amount of like goofy, sometimes dark humor. It's a very interesting combination of a point-and-click RPG or a point-and-click adventure game and an RPG. I guess you could call it a point-and-click RPG. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. I've seen like adventure game RPGs, but I've never seen a point-and-click adventure game RPG combination. But again, be careful where you go. Be careful what resources you use, and constantly save. Constantly make saves. You'll thank me later. But I give this an 8 out of 10. It's a game I would recommend if you like point-and-click adventure games and you like RPGs, or you just like superhero games. It's very quirky and wacky, but also just the right amount of difficult that you'll be at this for a while. Because the first missions, that's just the first set. There's a bunch of sets that you have to go through. If I remember correctly, there's like 6 or 7 that you have to go through. I forget how much. I forgot how long I spent playing the game. I think I spent about, I don't know, something like close to 20 hours, which is pretty good for a DOS adventure game like this. So yeah, that's what I think of Superhero League of Hoboken. You can actually buy it on Steam and maybe GOG. Yeah, you can get it on GOG and Steam. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like and a subscribe if you want. If you don't want, that's okay. Either way, I hope you have a wonderful day. God bless, and I will see you in the next video.